have come out of the cold to watch the East and West play in the All-Star game, and it's all tied up at the half. Hi again, everybody. I'm Pat O'Brien, and once again, welcome to At the Half. And our theme today is a predictable one, All-Star Weekend. We'll show you yesterday's awesome display of slam dunk competition and a look at the guys who huffed and puffed their way through the Legends game, including Tommy Heinsohn. And we'll also see why Michael Glenn of the Atlanta Hawks is an all-star in his own right. But first, the fans were treated to some spectacular action and reintroduced to some spectacular former players yesterday, and it all began with the Legends game. The big news yesterday was that the city of Indianapolis turned Market Square into Reunion Arena for the first annual Legends Classic. Although they are gray, slightly hobbled, and sometimes in need of a helping hand, the stars of yesterday proved that although their bodies have slowed, their minds have not forgotten. They still possess the skills, and yes, they still have the desire. For most of the game, it was a desire for fun as well, friendship and practical jokes. But down the stretch, the competitive spirit took over behind Earl the Pearl and Tommy Heinsohn. The East outlasted the West 63-53.
Congratulations. How did it feel out there today? Well, it felt pretty good. When you retire, you leave the game, you leave the players and guys that you've been living with for so long, and then you come back and, an event like this, and it's all a real warm feeling for us.
After the old-timers game, the youngsters and one elder statesman took to the floor and proved that actions do indeed speak louder than words. The biggest surprise was the early success of hometown favorite Terrence Stansbury, who with the help of Team Stansbury advanced into the semis. The team liked that one. Not to be outdunked, the Irving clan lent support to its family doctor, who responded with this. And last year's champion Larry Nance chose the artistic route, but that only painted him in a corner as he failed to advance to the finals. That honor was reserved for Mr. J, who of course had his own personal coach, and Dominique Wilkins, who took the early lead with this. And although Michael came back and displayed great stuff, he was no match for the soaring Hawk, who went for perfect scores and flew away with the dunk title.
You were going for 50 every time, weren't you?
Yeah, I was trying to go for 50 every time. And then, like I said, the guys who didn't make it, like Orlando and Griffith, really was telling me different things to do. They said, Nick, you got to go strong. And that's what I did, and they really helped me a lot.
What's it like being the human highlight film?
It's fun.
It was fun, all right. He picked up 12 grand for his efforts, but he told me he would have given away that money to be on the East team. Now, something you rarely get to see at competitions like this, we're going to take you live into the East locker room where K.C. Jones is
the ball is here,
talking to his players at halftime strategy.
Larry, come down and set the pick. And then we got the pick down here, and this guy comes out. Say we hit here, then we go away. Now we can push in there or drop it in, but this guy's going away and this man's coming up. But we want to, if we can get in here and get stopped, then we got to drop the ball off here or here. But the longer we keep it, the more they pile up in the middle there, then we got nothing going. But the more we move that ball to the open guy, and the better shot we're going to get, or the wide open shot, or drive to the basket. Anybody got any thoughts on this? Jimmy?
An attentive East team listening to Professor Jones there in the East locker room. Let's take you now over to the West locker room where Pat Riley is doing something similar.
Every shot in the second half, we're going into the winning situation now. In this area right here, we can just sort of contain and control the second shots. And again, it's a fundamental that you go right back to. It's blocking out, it's getting a good position, and it's making an attack on the board. They got 16 points off of their seconds. fact that they're crashing so hard, you've got 2 or 3 guys, 3 or 4 guys going to the offensive boards. You contain this.
All right, let's take you back over to the east now.
Somebody's got to move in here to pick you up. And we drop it off. This guy goes, we can drop it here. And the same thing on that side, but that's a good play. So we drop it here, and then we don't have it, then drop it back down inside and go straight to the basket. We walk to the foul line, we'll get the play off. Whether it's Isaiah or Dennis or Jordan. But when things get, when we're running out of stuff and it gets ugly, then let's see if we can go to something to get us to the foul line, or at least get us a good shot out of it. Isaiah, you should have been on top of the, I wanted you up here, so the three-pointer would have been more spectacular. That's a short shot right there.
Both coaches with their coats off, and the teams looking on attentively. It looks like they're serious about this. The score is all tied up 68-68. We'll be back with lots more as All-Star Weekend rolls on from the Hoosier Dome after a word from your local station.
One of auto racing's premier events. Next Sunday, NASCAR's top drivers will face a grueling test of driving skill at speeds approaching 200 miles per hour. CBS Sports will present live flag-to-flag coverage of the 27th Daytona 500. Then 2 familiar opponents who last season played yet another NBA Classic will meet again. The world champion Boston Celtics visit the Los Angeles Lakers next Sunday on CBS Sports.